What is everyone? Welcome back to the Film Box Speed Dating. Today I'm back with another Untrue Tuesday. And today we're gonna be doing reacting to two Share My Story videos. I know, I've done a lot of videos on Share My Story. They're just so hilarious to watch. But I think in a couple weeks, I'm gonna start taking a break from Share My Story and react to other channels that are like Share My Story. Like there's a channel called My Story Animated, It Actually Happened, and Story Booth. I want to make videos on those. So this one and next week may be the last one for a while at least. But yeah. Today we're gonna be looking at two Share My Story videos, and this first one is called Triplets Separated at Birth. This one I actually believe, but the second one is called I Have 10 Kids at age 18. Yeah, no. So we're gonna be taking a look at a story that I do believe and a story that I don't believe. Also, the thumbnail of the Triplets Separated at Birth, it has like the first one right here says dead, the next one says poor, and the last one says rich. That's kind of hilarious. and time mentioned one of those clickbait videos you see like Roblox done from poor to rich, but instead of just being one person, it's three people. But it looks like one person, so it looks like that one person went from dead to poor to rich, which that wouldn't make any sense. But that's not what this video is about, I'm pretty sure. But let's go get started. As always, guys, I'm linking in the description below. If you want to check out these videos for yourself, and make sure to subscribe to Share My Story. They're always posting awkward but hilarious stories. But yeah, let's go get started. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey, I'm Amelia, and my parents are
You really think you slid for walking in out of the frame like that? Get out of here.
I always used to buy myself clothes, but one day, while I was on a shopping spree, my whole life turned upside down. I was looking for white pants, but couldn't find any, so I decided to ask one of the staff members for help. I said, "Excuse me," and the staff turned around. Oh my god, she looked exactly like me. I asked her, "Are we related or something?" And she started laughing and said,
"Yeah.
Wow, you really look like me." I said, "No, you look like me." We both laughed and made plans to grab coffee later. We met at a Starbucks.
You have way too much pride.
And it was the strangest conversation of my life.
I'm not even kidding. Literally at the beginning she said, "Hi, I forgot her name."
As if
and my parents are kinda rich.
When we found out we had the same birth date, we knew for sure that we were identical twins.
You don't know that for sure.
My mom told me I had a twin who died of a lung infection at age 3. I said, "That's weird."
Coincidental.
My parents told me I was adopted as a baby. Are you adopted? Selma said, "I don't think so, but we should go ask my mom. Maybe she can help us." We drove to her mom's home, who was
how about you
living in a
did a
trailer.
DNA test?
When she opened the door, I could smell she'd had a few drinks already. She said, "Did I eat some mushrooms today, or are there two of you?" Selma said, "Her name is Amelia, and I met her at the mall today. We're pretty sure we're identical twins, but maybe you can explain it to us?" Her mom said, "Mary?" I said, no, my name is Amelia."
Amelia,
But her mom
that's her
said,
name.
"No, I named you Mary." Then she gave me a hug, but I didn't like it. I could smell she hadn't taken a shower in days. I said, "Are you my biological mother?" And she said, "Yes, I am, which means you are my daughter." I know I should have felt excited to get to know her, but I really didn't. We sat down together and my biological mom told us what happened. She said her boyfriend had gotten her pregnant when she was 22, and after she gave birth to triplets, he ran away, and because she didn't have enough money to raise 3 kids, she took me to an orphanage and left me on the front door. She further explained that because heating was too expensive for them, my third sister suffered a lung infection and sadly passed away at age 3.
Oh, that's
what
the thumbnail is.
I realized
Okay.
how lucky I'd been to be adopted by my caring and loving parents. My biological mom seemed troubled, to say it nicely. But I also felt guilty that I'd been so blessed while my triplet sister didn't have the same luck. The following week, I invited her over to my parents' house. She was very impressed and said she had never seen such luxury. We also had a long conversation about our biological mom. Selma told me a few stories about her. Like one time when she pressured Selma to have a baby, she said she really wanted to have a granddaughter, but Selma was only 16.
Who asked that at 16? Who does that?
And I felt bad for Selma. That's why I offered her to live with me and
Hey,
my
Mom,
parents.
chill. I'm only 16 years
I
old.
didn't expect her to say yes, but she said, "Oh my God, I would be so grateful. I just can't take living with our mom anymore. All she does is scream at me." That's when our twin, or triplet life started, and in the beginning, it was so much fun.
I thought your triplet was
For
dead.
a few weeks, we even dated
Sorry,
brothers.
too soon.
They weren't twins, but only 1 year apart. We sometimes switched,
Okay.
and it was hilarious.
Does it matter?
Having a triplet sister slowly turned into a nightmare. I went through the phone of my boyfriend, and one of the messages to his brother was, "Yeah, Selma has the prettier face and better body." Reading that message hurt a lot. I knew Selma hadn't done anything wrong, but it was the first time I resented her. And things got worse. When she hung out with my friends, they all treated her like they had known her for years. And they often made us stand right next to each other and said, "Oh, Selma's face is a bit more symmetrical. She's definitely a bit more beautiful." But Selma was also funnier
Why
and
the
more
fuck would you
talkative
say that
than me.
right in front of her?
When she was around, my friends were always laughing and having a good time. They liked her more than me. And one time my friends watched a movie with her without inviting me. But nothing was
What the
worse than my
hell?
parents. They treated her as if she was their daughter. They thought she was me and I was her. But we are two completely different individuals. I knew Selma wanted to replace me. And I decided I had enough. I
Or
told
probably
her,
not.
"I'm sorry, but I don't want you to live here anymore." She was shocked and said, "What? Why not?" And I said, "I feel like you're stealing my friends, my boyfriend, and even my parents." She said, "What? That's crazy."
See?
I said, "I don't care what you think. I don't want to see you anymore."
Yeah, no.
It was a hard
Because
conversation.
you're just being a bitch.
Afterward, I felt so relieved that she was gone. I mean, she still lives in the same city as me, and I sometimes have nightmares where I marry a guy who then leaves me for my prettier triplet sister. I know it was harsh to throw her out, but just because
I
we
wish
share the
my
same
story
DNA
would
doesn't mean I owe her anything. Had she continued to live with my parents,
I would add more
I'm sure they
animation
would have given her half their inheritance, and I would have been fine with that.
to make
if
her
she
look
hadn't tried
prettier,
to
so
steal
that
my
way
whole
us, the
life.
audience,
She was a sneaky little rat.
can agree with those
I
people
know
who say that she's
because
more beautiful.
They're so similar to each other.
Because Share My Story makes it look like them look exactly the same. And when they said that she's more beautiful, I'm like, how they look exactly the same. But yeah, that is the end of that story. So let's move on to the next last one. Alright, Chelsea. So this next story is a story that I kind of believe, but I also don't believe. You know what I mean? It is called "I Have 10 Kids at Age 18." This one I actually believe because, yeah, it is possible for 18-year-olds to get pregnant and have kids, but 10? 10? What? Nah. We're gonna see how any of these kids didn't never mind. I was gonna say since she's pretty young and have kids at that age, I was gonna say that some babies don't make it, but I feel like that's not the right thing to say. Oh God, this is awkward. But let's just get right into this. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey, I'm Flavia, and I grew
Wait,
up
what?
in a small and boring town in the U.S.
Flavia?
I hated everything about my life, except my boyfriend.
Flavia?
He was pretty
I don't
cute.
know.
But then
Foreign
the unimaginable happened. I got pregnant at 14. And trust me, it was a big deal in our small town.
I thought you said
Told
18.
their kids to stop being my friend because according to them, I was a bad influence. But I didn't mind. I loved walking through the streets with my big belly at age 14 and everyone staring at me. But once the baby was born,
they're not looking at you. I'm like, oh my god, look at her. They're looking at her like, ew.
So I got pregnant again. I simply forgot to tell my boyfriend that I had come off the pill. And that time, it was even better, because I was expecting twins, even though I was only 15 years old. You must wonder what my parents were thinking throughout all this. Well,
I thought you said
they were
18.
already in their 60s and retired. They had nothing to do with their lives. So they really enjoyed having grandkids to look after. The only person who wasn't happy was my boyfriend. He said I had tricked him into getting me pregnant twice. His parents also hated me. They said I had ruined their son's future. But my boyfriend has always been a good dad. And I know he likes kids. Because when he got me pregnant a third time when I was 16, he really shouldn't have been surprised. And it turns out that I'm one of those women who has a high chance of having twins. So the third time I got pregnant,
Never heard of that.
I got twins again. So we had 5 kids in total. I know that most mothers
no. I've heard a lot of people who are expecting twins, but at 18, no. She said it's 16.
I got pregnant again at 16 with twins, then another time at 17 with triplets, and one last time with twins at 18.
God damn, you ever heard of a condom?
Today, as an 18-year-old, I have 10 kids. I seriously don't recommend this to anyone. I would sacrifice everything for my kids, including my education and even my good looks. I mean, I'm only 18, but I already look like I'm 35. It's because it's so stressful to take care of so many kids, and my hips have gotten much wider, and my belly is covered in stretch marks and is all saggy, even though I'm not even pregnant right now.
That's what happens.
I'm so insecure about my body.
Your body changes. Your body changes after.
Luckily, he is a good guy.
Sometimes after one birth.
When we'd first met. So we are a good family, with the exception of my firstborn child. He is a monster, and we can't leave him alone with his siblings because he's super violent and enjoys hurting them.
Oh my god.
I know this is scary, but he shows a lot of behavior that is present in psychopaths. You might think I'm evil for saying this, but sometimes I wish that he would just disappear. He only cares about himself, and he is ruining all of our lives. But at least my other
How old is
kids
he,
are
like
great.
5?
They are cute and love to play with each other. Right now I am raising my kids with my mom and dad, while my boyfriend focuses on school, so he can someday make enough money to support a large family like ours. We also decided to not have any more kids for the next few years, because it would just get too expensive. Some of my kids even call their grandma Mom, but I don't mind. Actually, something crazy happened 1 month ago. 2 men broke into our house. It happened at night while I was asleep, but my 3-year-old boy, Chris, noticed them and ran to my bed saying, "There's someone downstairs." I thought he had been dreaming, but then I heard some noises and I knew he was telling the truth. Luckily, my boyfriend was staying over that night, so I woke him up and we decided to call the police instead of confronting the thieves. We didn't want to risk it, in case they hurt us or our kids.
Yo, come on, don't arrest them.
But after 10 minutes, the police arrived.
Did you see that?
They were able to catch the thieves.
Oh, because they're best buds.
So you see, having children also has its good sides. I just hope that once they go to school, they protect each other, so that none of them will be picked on. And soon, we will be able to do fun stuff like snowball fights and singing Christmas songs together. But there's another problem. My boyfriend's parents are trying to convince him to leave our city to study at a good college. But of course, I hate that idea. There will be so many pretty girls, and I am scared that he will fall in love with one of them and leave me. Recently, one of his high school classmates, Joanna, asked him out on a date, even though she knew my boyfriend and I were in a relationship and had 10 kids. I mean, everyone in our small town knows us. The 18-year-old teenagers with 10 kids. But I'm lucky to have such a loyal boyfriend, because he rejected her and told me about it afterwards. When I heard that Joanna had hit on him, I got so angry. I wrote a Facebook post calling her out for trying to steal my boyfriend.
Oh my god.
A lot of people liked my post, because most people already knew what kind of girl Joanna is. Not a good one. She responded to my post, saying that none of it was true. But over the next few weeks,
Bitching over a line?
more times to steal my boyfriend at school. It's so pathetic. But she is the least of my problems. The real problem is that there aren't any good jobs in our small town, which means that at some point, my boyfriend will need to move to a bigger city anyway to find a
Who
good
handshakes
job.
like that? Like,
That's the only possible way to support such a big family. But there's no way we can afford rent in a big city with so many kids, so we won't be able to go with him. But I guess I should stop complaining. I'm lucky to have a boyfriend who does his best to take care of his children. Many
yeah,
fathers
you're
in this
18
kind of
and you're a mom now.
situation would
You
probably
gotta
run
stop.
away and start a new life. At least he's not like that.
Jesus Christ. Honestly, that was a bit weird and went off rail again. Just like the other Share My Story videos that we've watched. Wait, is it called off rail or derailed? I don't know, but it'd be a lot better if the story went like this.
Hey, so I got pregnant again. I simply forgot to tell my boyfriend that I was expecting 30 twins. The only person who wasn't happy was my boyfriend. He really shouldn't have been surprised. I was a bad influence. And it turns out we had 35 kids in total. It's so pathetic. I mean, I'm only 18. Luckily, he is a good guy and told me I still looked as saggy as when we'd first met. He is a monster and enjoys hurting them. You might think I'm evil for saying this, but sometimes I wish that we had 38 kids in total.
Alright, y'all, but that's gonna do it all for today's Untrue Tuesday. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to this video like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought, and make sure to hashtag that with hashtag Happy St. Patrick's Day. You'll be shouted out in the next video. And let's see if this video does 2 likes, see how you have some guys. And if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, just click the bell icon. But yeah, all that being said, I'll see you all in the next video. Deuces.